Hey, it's me, PK King, and Rivals of Aether has taken over my life. Since the workshop was released, I've been obsessed with all the characters and all the stages, and then I thought, I want to do this. I've been animating movesets for indie characters on this channel for a good while now, and I thought that would be a pretty good place to start. I mean, I'm almost done with my first one, The Masked Man. More info coming on that soon, by the way. And I want to do more, Kiwi from Wondersong specifically. Go watch that video. The only thing is, yeah, you see the problem?
One of these things is not like the others.
I mean, it's close enough, not really, but I'm not gonna reanimate my mans, so, And during all of this, some more polished characters came into the workshop, and then again I thought, I want to do this. And here we are. This series is going to be about creating a Rivals of Aether OC and implementing them into the game from scratch. It's more of our characters, so I'll be asking for a lot of help along the way. Episode 1, Function and Design. Let's get into this. I think it's good to start with questions about the playstyle and the character because, I don't know, that's pretty important. Like, is this character a good or bad person? Are they big or small? Are they close range or far away range? Like, are they happy or sad? Like, just general stuff like that. And then after that, there are stuff that I feel like in Rivals, the character kind of has to have. And I haven't been playing Rivals for that long, but it seems like stage control is a very common theme with a lot of the characters. Not really just with their bodies, but with like grass, puddles, bubbles, and gas. Like, you get it, you know, everyone has stage control. And then lastly, the fun parts, you know, like stuff like what they look like. Obviously, Rivals needs to be an animal and preferably has one of the elements that are in the game. I want to keep the design pretty simple because I'm new to spriting and I want this to look half decent. If the sprite's too complicated, then like, what is happening? What is that? You know, exactly. So we're keeping it pretty simple. And because it needs to be an animal, I don't really want to be repetitive or copy anyone. So I'm going to try to make it a unique animal that isn't already in the game or isn't already like an OC that somebody else has made. So let's work backwards. None of these and none of these. Okay, back to the top. In actual Smash Bros, I mean Lucas, Pac-Man, and Duck Hunt. So I love the mid-range fighter that has good mobility and fun creative setups on the fly, you know? That kind of character is a lot funner, is a lot more enjoyable for me when the character has like a happy attitude, you know, rather than like evil, mischievous, and sneaky. So let's go with happy. Let's say they're happy, or at least a good person. Size could really go either way based on the design, but just so it has a higher chance of having good mobility, I'm gonna say small. Maybe I'll make it bigger just to make the spriting easier, but for now I'll say small. We'll see what happens. When it goes to range, I'm gonna circle like in the middle. I mean, I guess I'm gonna circle range just because it is more of a range fighter. They're not gonna really go up and punch you, at least I don't think. At least I'm just going off the top of my head. But so I'm just gonna say ranged. Okay, see, now we're on the animal part. Like, what kind of animal uses tools in setups, or like what kind of attributes can be put on an animal that does that kind of setup-y type thing? Like, you see what I'm trying to say, and then you also want to think of the elements. Like, what element would that be? When I kind of think of that setting up nature, like, you can't really do that with fire. Like, you could put fire down, I guess, and just have fire, but that's kind of lame. The only thing I could kind of think of is like electricity if you count it under that, but I don't know how I feel about that. That makes me think of like on Midgard, how you can like electrify platforms, like something like that, but I don't know about that. And then there's air, which has like gas and like clouds and stuff, which is already kind of done, and I don't really want to take anything from them, so we're gonna skip over air. And then the next two are ground and water, and I feel like those are the easier kind of ones. Water, you have like the puddles already, and grass, you have like all the earth, you have like the grass and stuff like that. But I do kind of like the idea of earth, so I'm gonna kind of float around both of those. Okay, after a bit of thinking and looking, I kind of found myself back at electricity. I was looking at ground for a lot, and I was trying to think of something to make ground more unique, and then I thought of like magnetism, you know, like magnets and like positive and negative and like all that stuff. Like, think about it, using magnets to like mess with space and push and pull things and to like kind of fly everywhere and move around like that. Like, that sounds really freaking cool. And mixing animals with like electronics is also like a pretty popular idea, and I feel like that could work pretty well. Damn, I sound like Porky, okay. There's even a character from My Hero Academia that does something like this, so the idea is not far-fetched. Maybe this is where I kind of got the idea from. I mean, it wasn't fleshed out, sadly, but you get the idea. Back to animals. I started to look for some like city animals, because you know, like electricity, like raccoons and stuff. I got really attached to the idea of a squirrel because, you know, I see them all the time, like at school, just walking around, and they have the big fluffy cheeks and the tail. Like, that's a lot of potential. That's a lot of stuff to work with. My only thing is I want to make sure I don't lean too close to Emolga though, because that character is super cool. So if I go with the squirrel type thing, they're going to be a little heavier, more like a chipmunk, less acrobatic, you know, just to differentiate a bit. So I had the idea of a chipmunk. I start sketching and I realized I don't know how to draw a chipmunk at all. Obviously, it's a lot easier to make them more like bipedal and stuff like that. So I kind of took that approach, and here we have a modern chipmunk with magnetism powers. Magnetism? Magneticism? When I think of modern, I think of headphones, hoodies, maybe they stream on Twitch and punch themselves. Too far. I'm sorry. Too far. So this is a sketch of what I sort of came up with. Chipmunks have these stripes on their backs that kind of remind me of toxicity. That's how you say that new Pokemon. So I kind of went with that. The cheeks resemble headphones, and the cheeks are like positive and negative on each side. You know, it has a little plus and a minus on the other side. They got a hoodie on, but like their fur is kind of like the hoodie. They got the little pocket in their, like the, you know, the hoodie pocket, like on the belly. They're just pretty cool. They're pretty chill, putting up the peace sign, you know, and they're doing their thing. I'm kind of imagining that maybe they have a limited supply of projectiles that are like acorns that can either have a positive or negative, like, field around it, and you could shoot them out and they like react to each other in different ways. You have a limited amount, and you can tell by like how big the cheeks are. Maybe that would be really hard to sprite. So maybe not exactly that. Maybe there could be a little picture at the bottom where like the cheeks get bigger or smaller depending on like how much you have out. Something like that. I don't know. This is just me going off the top of my head from this design. Also kind of want to do something with the tail, like maybe it like goes blue when you're using it on yourself and you're positive, or when you're a negative. Something like that. And maybe the stripes on the back could like light up or extend it too. I don't really know. I'm really just spitballing. I'm honestly just gonna be really ambitious and let you guys stop me because I don't know the limits on this. I'm gonna let you guys tell me when I'm going too far, so let me know. I asked my friends what they thought of this character, and I got generally good reviews. They all generally really like this idea. We talked about like the design and stuff, and obviously like I'm not really gonna change anything till I post the video and I get your guys' input, but it was nice to kind of hear what they were saying and understand what other people might think of some things, because you know, I designed it, I know what I intended everything to be, and this is just a really bad quick sketch, so it's hard to really get across everything I mean, but just through these texts it helped me flesh out the characters. So I know you probably don't want to, but I don't feel like reading all this, so I'm just gonna put the text up on the screen and hope you guys will read it and kind of understand a bit more about the character, stuff like that. But generally, good stuff. Okay guys, so that's basically the video, but now it's on you guys, okay? I need to know if this character is good, if they're bad, if they're too boring, if they're too busy. They need a name, they need a gender, they need more fighting techniques. How are they gonna actually do damage? What other moves might they have? What should their different moves be? Things like that. I really need everything. Give it all to me. I have limited ideas. I'm one brain, okay? Help me here. Please comment something, even if it's this is okay, or this is you comment like like something. Just give me a vague idea of what might be your opinion so I know where to go from here. Next episode, I'm pretty sure I'll start like finalizing the design. Well, we'll finalize the design next episode, and maybe I could start spriting a bit on Sprite. I think it's a Sprite. Yeah, that's that I got. Thank you, Sentient Sax, for gifting it to me. I'm really thankful. Thank you so much. So we're gonna use that for a bit. And yeah, next episode we can also talk about the moveset a bit more. Even if it's not fully fleshing out every single move, we can at least talk about a general idea of what the character might do and things like that. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. Thanks for watching, and please let me know what you think below. If you're interested, I am working on the Masked Man from Mother 3, putting him into Rivals. You can watch my video explaining his moveset and all the design choices in full if you have any questions. I don't not exactly know when he's going to come out, but the base moveset is done. I just need to do and tweak a couple stuff, and I'm going to be live streaming that. I don't have a date for you, but just turn on notifications, subscribe, or follow me on Twitter. I always tweet out like a day in advance before I live stream absolutely face cam man. Just follow me on Twitter. just follow me on Twitter for updates. Maybe I can do polls there, something like that too. I don't know. I'm just thinking of stuff at the top of my head. I'm just going. If you want to see the past live streams I did of modding Masked Man into Rivals, you can check out my playlist tab and then go to the live streams one, and it's all there. It's all cataloged. Thank you guys for all the support. And maybe you didn't notice, but I did get a new icon and I did get a new header. So super excited for that. I'm trying to like bring back up the quality of the channel because I just wasn't really liking the old stuff that I had, and I'm really happy with these. So thank you so much. I think this is the end of the video. Yeah, that's all folks. Bye. I'll see you guys tomorrow, maybe next week, maybe next month, maybe in a minute, maybe in a second, maybe I'm seeing you right now. I don't know, but bye.